If you're poor, then why don't you go find yourself a rich girlfriend? Here are the 10 romance anime where the rich girl falls for the poor boy. Let's go. Our anime store is now live. Go to otakuden.net to find the calendar collection, chibi collection, and the gamer collection. It's limited in stock, so place your orders now. Number 10, Kotora-san.
おはよう、琴浦。どうした？
なんでもない。
We've had tons of guys with supernatural powers, so why don't we move on to a girl? Here's a girl who can read everyone's minds. Sounds like a cool power, right? No! Actually, nobody likes getting their minds read. But don't worry, Kotora-san isn't creepy at all. She's actually an innocent girl who turns out to be pretty adorable if you get to know her. And that's exactly what Yoshihisa Manabe does. He thinks her mind-reading ability is awesome and promises to stick by her no matter what.
そうだ。明日からは一緒に学校へ来ようぜ。琴浦ん家まで迎えに行くからさ。
別にいいよ。
Just because you have a mind reader, you might think this is a supernatural anime. But this is actually a fun romance anime with drama. But there's one point where you're going to learn about Kotora-san's backstory, and that's when you're going to get some tears. But for the most part, this is one of the best rom-com anime I've watched with a cool twist. Number 9, Haruka Nogizaka's Secret.
特に用はないけど。
それでしたら、私と付き合っていただけませんか？
What if the school's biggest otaku is a girl? Yeah, it's this girl over right here. Her big secret is that she's an otaku. But her big secret ends up being spilled to the sweetest, most innocent guy in school, Yuto Ayase. Now that he knows, they decide to be friends. And when you're friends, you get really close and then, boom, you're dating. At least that's how it works in anime.
断られたらどうしようかと。
一人で？もしかして買い物って？
はい、秋葉原にです。
Haruka Nogizaka's Secret is tied to an old school anime. Sure, it might not have the top tier animation, but the story's solid, characters, classic archetypes, but they actually get time to grow. Plus, it's packed with all the usual tropes, the perfect girl, the shy guy, the little secret, and everything else you'd want from a 2000s romance anime. If you want that good old is gold vibe, give this one a go. Number 8, They Are My Noble Masters.
みゆさん、もう具合はいいんですか？
心配かけたわね。羊服、なかなか似合ってるわよ。思わず目の保養をしてしまったわ。
目の保養？
We're gonna see another butler in this list, but this butler belongs to a house full of weirdos. They include the big sister, little sister, middle sister, and a whole household of nobles and their staff. They Are My Noble Masters tells the story of a boy and his sister who run away from their abusive dad and end up working for a wealthy aristocratic family. And the boy is hired as their butler. So you can see where the whole rich girl, poor boy thing comes into play.
レン君、大丈夫だよ、絶対。
慰めなんてやめてください。
レン、歯を食いしばりなさい。今のは愛の無知よ。
Honestly, the animation might not be the best in the series, but it does the whole weirdos inside the same house concept really well. You've got the prideful girl, the crazy girl, the adorable girl, and even the big sister. And there's one butler to rule them all. Sorry, to serve them all. Just go give it a watch and you won't be disappointed. Number 7, Tales of Wedding Rings.
なーに？見とれちゃった？
まあ。
正直者だね、佐藤は。よし。
Time to crash the wedding and grab the bride. Honestly, I've talked about this so much, I'm pretty sure you all know about this show more than you know about your own life story. But I wanted to include it in this list because we got a guy who's pretty average and a girl who's a princess and inherits an entire kingdom. That isn't what you call rich, then I don't know what is.
ねフレッチス。
佐藤様、王宮には治癒の力を持つ泉があります。参りましょう。
This one executes the harm side of it really well, but there are some nice wholesome romance moments here too. I think what's really great about this show is how it jumps straight into the harem without messing around. Apart from the main girl, we meet other princesses and realize the reason why the title has the word wedding rings is because the rings are an actually important plot point. Number 6, Haganai.
泳ぎ方教えてくんない？
お前泳げないのか？
小学校からずっと水泳の授業なんてなかったのよ。
なるほど。じゃあ教えるのは構わないけど、なんで急に。
そんなこともわかんないの？
This probably has one of the catchiest openings I've heard. But you're here for the plot, not the openings. This show is about a bunch of socially awkward outcasts who form a club to make friends, but they mostly end up doing random pointless stuff. While the things they do might seem small, these little moments are what bring the group closer together. Oh, and one of the love interests is a super rich girl, so you know how this anime landed in this list.
ご苦労さんこだか。特別に足を舐めてもいいわよ。まったく身の程をわきまえない頭の悪いやつは困るわ。
The group ends up being 6 girls and 1 boy. Yeah, you probably see where this is going. Haganai doesn't focus much on romance until the last arc, and sure, the light novel's ending might be a bit messy, but this anime is worth watching for the little moments that make it special. Even though it might look like just another 1 boy, lots of girls show, it has a real emotional depth and genuine friendships. Number 5, A Couple of Cuckoos.
すいません。このまま全部買います。
は？
合計で49万5千円になります。
よっ！無理無理無理！てか今1000円しかねえし。
2人分カード一括で。
Actually, there are a few cuckoos here, but the point is how the cuckoos are rich. The main girl is an Instagram influencer, so she probably has a Bentley parked somewhere in her house. Jokes aside, this is about Nagi Umino and Erika Amano, who were switched at birth. When Nagi finds out, he decides to meet his real parents and ends up running into Erika, a girl who asks him to pretend to be her boyfriend. Funny enough, their parents are totally on board with this and decide the best way to fix the hospital mix-up is to have Nagi and Erika get married.
よろしくお願いします。なぎくんの顔大成功。
Yes, realism isn't the strong suit of this anime, but it's here to prove a point, and it proves it really well. What's the point? It's how romance anime can sometimes combine harem elements and still be fun. It's not a masterpiece, but it's fun. Number 4, Quintessential Quintuplets.
なんでおせっかい焼いてくれるの？私たちの家庭教師だから？どうして？
You know how the world's hardest job is? Being a tutor. The story introduces us to Futaro Usugi, a high school student hired to tutor 5 quintuplet sisters. Each sister has her own struggles, whether it's pride, laziness, or outright refusing to study. And then we got 3 seasons of Futaro being a tutor of the quintuplets and slowly making them fall in love with him.
満足させてやる。おお、分かってくれた。
あんたね、誤解されるでしょうが。
One of the reasons Quintessential Quintuplets worked more than anything was because of the drama it added into each episode. The story starts off with Futaro being a jerk and getting all the 5 girls angry, so he's got plenty of stuff he needs to do in the first season just to get to the girls. And the anime ends with Futaro choosing 1 girl, so get ready to cry if that isn't the girl you picked. Number 3, Hayate the Combat Bowler.
あれから私も考えたのだ。お前住み込みの仕事を探していただろう。え？だったらこの家で私の執事をやらないか。執事？
See, I told you, we got another butler on our list. Yep, you guessed it, it's about a butler named Hayate. And surprise, the guy is amazing at fighting. So why does he end up as a butler? Well, his parents racked up a huge debt and then dumped it on him and ran off. Yeah, no, parenting at its worst. But don't worry, there's a tsundere lolly who shows up to save him from hitting rock bottom.
大丈夫です。ほとんど読んでませんから。お嬢様のこの日記は。
日記だとこのバカ！
Like I've said in tons of my other videos, keep in mind that Hayate has a lot of filler episodes. Seriously, half the first season is pure filler, so stick to the episodes that follow the manga. Overall, it's a fantastic romance series where an overprotective guy becomes the butler to a super annoying tsundere. But tsundere is rich, and a lot of other girls Hayato meets are rich, so this definitely should be included in our list. Number 2, Tonikawa.
油断していた。うっかり運命に出会ったのだ。理屈などない。とにかく可愛い。
Ever seen a girl land on your doorstep with a marriage certificate? No, that's because that only happens in anime, or if you have to pay for child support in real life. Anyways, this time it's all about Truck-kun giving our boy a girlfriend. The first season is all about the couple trying to live together under the same roof and get used to all their new relationship. But we've got a couple of other seasons to spice things up as well.
君の手のぬくもりだったり、とっても可愛い笑顔だったり、 君とこれから紡いでいく未来の方が重要で。
Tonikawa is the definition of wholesome romance anime. Its character designs are wholesome, the voices feel wholesome, the story feels wholesome, and more than anything, it builds the relationship slowly rather than moving the plot like a bullet train. It's one of those shows I absolutely loved when it first aired, so give it a go. Number 1, Kaguya-sama Love is War.
なら篠宮が好きなものか。
はい。
何その表情。
And we're finishing off with the best of the best, which can beat the rest. What do you want? Comedy, sarcasm, romance, wholesome moments, sad moments, well-written character backstories, a girl who is super rich and a boy who is poor. If you want any of that, this is a masterpiece you should watch. The entire show is about two prideful students trying to confess their love to each other.
まさかこんなに天気が荒れるとは。
無論ブラフ。両者のカバンの中にはしっかり折りたたみ傘が入っている。
What makes Kaguya-sama so special is the writing style. It blends the comedy with the character types really well. And then we got the whole who's gonna confess first game we can watch for 3 whole seasons. It's one of the best rom-com out there, and it also highlights the rich girl, poor boy drama quite a lot.